This is, without a doubt, one of the highest, if not the highest, Sorc damage builds out there. Not only are you able to do a consistent AoE damage, but you're also able to do massive single target damage. What's up, World Trooper? Back in with another video. Today we're checking out all things Diablo 4, specifically the build section, and we're checking out a Sorc build that I've kind of delved out, and I had so many comments, and I appreciate all the comments from my last build video. Thank you so much for all the input, and honestly there was a lot there that I still need to go through, and I will comment on all those. But yeah, after going through all of those comments, I was able to piece together what I think is a more improved build version. It's able to put out a lot more single target damage, and I'm not really using the few changes that I made as much as I thought I would, but it still does provide a massive amount of damage when it comes to these big AoE packs or even a single target boss. So let's go ahead, we'll jump into the build very, very quickly because we've already gone over it in the last video, but I'll go through basically all of it again and then the few changes that I made. Okay, so here's the build, and of course we're going to go into Spark. Now I know there was a bunch of debate around going into and upgrading Spark fully. That is up to you. I like to have Spark fully upgraded because you are casting it a lot, and it should be basically, because the two things that you're using, your two spells that you're using, are basically going to be on long cooldowns or kind of like a pet per se. So you're most of the time when you're running out of mana, you're going to be casting Spark, so I do like to have this upgraded, and I like to go into Enhanced Spark and Glinting Spark. Now you can go into the Crackling Energy, and there is a bunch of cool Crackling Energy builds out there, which will probably help a ton with that, but I don't like to be moving around picking up stuff, so we're going to move on from that. Now next up, of course, we go into Chain Lightning, and these two comboed have been like absolutely insane together. Everybody you've seen with it has been doing a lot of damage. And so again, I go into Chain Lightning. Now I go in 5 times, but I have an item contribution that puts it to 6. I just leave it at that for now. I'm not sure if there's like a crazy amount of DR, so I can maybe swap this point out for something later, but we'll talk about that in the next part. So then we're going to go into Enhanced Chain Lightning and then Greater Chain Lightning. Again, if you want to go Crackling build, go ahead and pick this one. Now, Teleport is a controversial one. I'm going to take it. It's 1 point. It's not really much of a waste, but we're going to go ahead and snag it. Now, the change I made from the last video was I took out a Devastation. I didn't realize how little impact this actually was. I assumed this was a lot of mana, and it is my mistake. I honestly didn't really know that you could hover over this and kind of see your mana count. And yeah, 3 mana to 100 is not a lot. 9 mana over 100 is not a lot. I didn't realize that. That was just something that, you know, again, the game doesn't really explain to you at the start, so I probably should have taken that into account, but regardless, that's the new change. So we're taking out a Devastation, and we're going to go ahead and use those points somewhere else. Now, we still take Glass Cannon. You really want to use Glass Cannon. This is just a nice build to have anyways, and with anything, you're probably going to want the extra damage. Again, I think someone pointed out in my other video that I said Cursed Style, but it was Grudge that everybody takes in Lost Ark. Just want to correct that. And then also we have Teleport here. Again, like I said, with 1 point there. And then now the new change. So we're going to take 4 points out of Lightning Spear. Now I do have a contribution here, a point here, so that could be where your point is from here. You can go ahead and slap that down in Lightning Spear, or take it out of Teleport, or any other of the host abilities here. But since it plays out this way with the item contribution, and then you can also put 4 into here. You don't really need 5 if you don't want. You could do 4 and then have the 1 here. But anyways, we're going to go Lightning Spear. I think this is good to have. It's going to chase around enemies and kind of finish them off anyways. It lasts a good amount of time, and if you could have it up, it's good. I know that people said to take Ice Blades instead, and that could be something that you could look into. You could swap this out for maybe Ice Blades and look into the cooldowns and reset. However, you got to kind of go quite far in here, so I just kind of wanted to use the 1 Lightning Spear. I think it's good enough. These other abilities don't really matter that much. They're not that big impact and much of an impact unless you use Crackling Energy. But anyways, we're going to go into Hydra, and either 4 or 5 in here, and then you're definitely going to want the extra head. So that gains, you know, it's a 4th head because you're going to be casting it down pretty much right away at the beginning of the boss fight. Now I have an item that gives me 2, it allows me to cast down 2 Hydras, but for the purposes of this video, I'm only going to put down 1. I'll show a few footages of me having 2. It's insane, absolutely insane. This build is crazy. Nothing from this side over here. We're going to go ahead and kind of skip. I have some item contributions here, but we're not going to use any of the abilities. Then we're going to come down to here, and we're going to use Unstable Currents. You're going to want your alt, and you're going to want the 25% attack speed increase. Again, if you take Crackling Energy, you could swap out some of the points up here. Maybe get rid of Spear, maybe get rid of a point out of Hydra, or even the Teleport, and then go ahead and take your Crackling Energy here. Now that is the main build. Again, it's essentially just casting Hydra down in big AoE packs. I don't even think it's much needed. I'm going to show you. It really isn't. As you come through here, some of these mobs are just getting absolutely deleted. There's not even a time to put down the head of Hydra. As you see, like, we just completely melted these mobs. Like, I didn't... what was the point of throwing down a Hydra when I can just, you know, have the mobs already completely gone. Now for something like this where we have like an enemy here where it has kind of more health, we can throw that down, and then we can go ahead and throw down our lightning spear. And then we can just cast until we have enough. As you see, kind of everything just finishing it off. And easy as that. Our Hydra's gone. And everything's gone. And we barely lost any health. Again, I'm kind of filming, so I could probably show some better footage later on. Or I will throughout the video, so you'll see. And you'll see it's just annihilating everything. They're not even getting close. And then again, we're auto-casting here until we have our mana. We can throw down a head. No, we don't really need to. You can also teleport out of those things. That's a little tip that you need. But yeah, as you can see, the build is just, it's really strong here. And I'll probably cut to where I get a boss, so that way you guys can see kind of what it is against single target. Now that we have a boss here, we'll go ahead and check out what we can do and kind of the output. Now we do have some people here. But you saw we already have him at half HP. Hopefully they don't blow up with that. There we go. Let's go ahead and res this guy up. But yeah, as you saw, we got him to half HP pretty quickly. And maybe I'll have some other boss footage, and I'll showcase some other stuff of just kind of going quickly. I thought I had this by myself. Of course, I put the video up, and now everybody's over here farming this, which is probably my own doing. But yeah, in any case, you can kind of see the damage is already insane. If you saw, there was 2 level 25s here, and it actually kind of showcased it better because there was 2 level 25s here. And it took them about the same time as it took me to take it to half HP. In any case, the damage is really good, and you'll see, especially if you get the 2 heads thing, it's just like absolutely insane damage. And it's just really good overall. The build is just nice, especially with certain legendaries. And I'll go ahead and showcase the legendary here now. That's the legendary for the 2 heads. And in any case, if you have any questions, please feel free to check out any of my other guides. And also this boss farm video, which I'll have up kind of in like a notation. You can kind of see that you can check out this video. It did fairly well as well. Everybody's kind of farming this boss for the level 35 gear, so feel free to check that out. Also, I will mention for the retail release and for the next beta, I'll probably be playing on Necromancer, so be sure to look out for those build videos as I'll be toying around with that, kind of looking in the comments and kind of building from my own intuition. Hopefully I can do the same thing as I did with Sorc, as it seems like you guys really liked the Sorc video, and it did really well, and it was well received, but there was a few instances of changes, and hopefully this video remedies that. But that does lead me on to my next point. If you enjoyed the video, I'd like a like and subscribe, and to the next one. Deuces.